What's up, everyone? Another beautiful day in Southern California. So today we're taking 7 yards of fill dirt out to Rancho Cucamonga. So yeah, this is going to a contractor out there. It's a COD, meaning again, cash on delivery. Looking at about 500 bucks. Tax, delivery, and everything included for 7 yards. Doesn't sound like a bad deal to me. It should take us about 30 minutes to get there with this traffic. And then on the way back, we're picking up some DG, some decomposed granite. Easy enough day today. I already made a couple of deliveries. Got some cash on that. And yeah, check out these little, those are cows. So this is your typical traffic during this hour. Well, it's almost every hour now. There's no days without any traffic. So this would be the worst part of the day, just stuck in traffic, crawling along. But once it picks up, you're on your way, getting paid. Really easy job, you guys. Drive local and be in your own bed at night. So on TikTok, I've had a few people tell me that it's not worth getting your CDL, that you're not going to make 100K in your first year, that over the road is terrible for your body and mental health. All of that's true. And all of that is false at the same time. So don't go with the expectation that, oh, I didn't make 100K first year out of getting my CDL. How much were you making before? 40, 50, 60? That's the only reason that you can go ahead and look at this and say, I'm going to make more. Guaranteed you're going to make more. And then after that, it really just depends on you how much more you want. So I know a couple of people that have degrees, have actual college degrees. One from UCR, another from Cal State San Bernardino, and one of them is an accountant and working her actual degree. Great. I'm thinking she's still severely underpaid for all the amount of work that she does. And yeah, she says she's stuck in the office all day. The only time she gets to see daylight is on the way to work or if she gets off early enough. And that's about it. So it just really depends on what you want to do. The other guy's not even working this degree. It was a psych degree, so I don't know what you can really do with that. And he started driving too because he was only making $20 an hour. So started driving local. He started part time with UPS, and then he was thinking he was going to climb through UPS. He was going to go ahead and make it through there. Didn't like it there, and so he left. And then he started working at McLean. It's a food service. The only problem with that, it was local, well, it was regional, but with McLean, you actually have to unload yourself. And so you're in there with a pallet jack, pulling stuff in, pulling stuff out. Uh, I guess he didn't like that. They have a different pay structure. It's weird the way it works. And he was making about the same doing less work. So he actually worked with us for a little bit, but he had to move to Victorville, so that made it a drive to come out all the way out here. And he actually got the transfer truck down really quick. Like week one, he rode with me, so he can go ahead and get used to it and see what the pitfalls, what's trouble, what's hard. Second week, I rode with him, and then the third week, we were just following each other. So we were going to the quarries and making deliveries at the same time at the same location. But yeah, he picked it up really quickly. He was doing transfers by himself. He was out on the road by himself. So one thing that I value more than anything is safety and making sure you get home. So it doesn't matter if you work local or you're over the road. If you end up killing yourself on the freeway or some kind of accident, it didn't matter if you were local or on the road, right? So over the road. So yeah, just be good on safety. Everything has a time, everything has a place, everything's calm. Everybody wants their things fast, everybody needs it now. You can only do what you can do. And you can only go as fast as traffic anyway, so just be safe, play it safe. This isn't meant to be a high stress, high blood pressure type of work. You're already stressed that you're in traffic all day. You're already stressed that you're driving 80,000 pounds and hopefully no one crashes into you or you don't crash into anyone. So you don't need more added pressure of yourself that, oh, I'm not making it there on time. I'm going to be late or whatever. You do what you can do and make that work. What's that saying? You get what you get and you don't get upset. So the only time you can be blamed for it being your fault about being late is if you're late. Like if you showed up late to work, showed up late at taking off, showed up late at whatever you were doing, then yes, it's your fault. But again, you're not going to make up the time on the road like that, especially in a big old truck. Take your time, the way it has to be. If you're late, so be it. If you get docked for that, so be it. You'll learn your lesson and don't do it again. So most trucks are governed at a speed. Like especially if you're driving like one of those big company trucks, like a big company, their trucks are governed at a certain speed. Most of them can only do 55 to 60 miles an hour. And when you're governed at speed like that, don't think that you can overtake trucks and then stop really like the flow of traffic. It kind of makes everyone upset. So yeah, just drive your lane, drive your time, drive your speed, get paid for it. So there's different ways people get paid. Some of them are like salary based, meaning doesn't matter how many hours you work a little bit, you work a lot, you still get paid the same. Others are broker fees kind of thing, like with the brokerage. So you negotiate how much of the freight you're going to take home, how much you charge and stuff. Um, Pros and cons to that. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Others are hourly plus mileage. Others are just mileage plus other incentives. So it just kind of work. You have to go ahead and be mindful of the pay structure. But the one that always worked best for me that I liked the most was salary. So you do a lot, you do a little. It is what it is, and you have your set schedules, your set routes. So if you finish early, you finish on time, you still get paid for it. If you finish late and something, that you couldn't, it was out of your hands, that sucks. And you don't get paid extra for that. But the pros outweigh the cons. So if you're telling me I could be done by 3 o'clock and still get paid as if I was working till 5 o'clock, I'll take that. Because by 5 o'clock, I'm already at home, we're at the gym and easy money. It rains, there's no routes, you're still getting paid. When you get busier, it kind of, it's a double-edged sword. Now, all of a sudden, you're doing so many routes, and then you're feeling like you're getting underpaid, and you do so much work. But you got to take, the good with the bad. If you were getting paid to sit around and do nothing, just waiting for, the next load, and be mindful of that. That there's going to be days that you're going to do 6, 7 loads and still make the same amount of money that you did doing 0 loads. That's the pros and cons of a salary based. But either way, just drive local. Once you get your CDL, invest in yourself. Practice as much as you can on someone else's trucks. Practice on the kind of trucks that you're going to be on because everything that you learn in CDL has nothing to do with well, not nothing. Like the pre-trip is about it. But everything else, the kingpin of this, the lift gates, the whatever, all that stuff, you don't do with a transfer truck. You don't even need to know it with a transfer truck. And all the knowledge-based questions are based on, box trucks, like this one passing us here with hitches and stuff. And you get tested on that, and then you jump on one of these and drive, and it's like, hey, this is pretty different from what we learned. It's like, yeah, it really is. So most of the time we hire without experience, like even driving experience. Like I said, last time we hired was a 20-year-old kid, but that was the narcoleptic, so not a great fit. Um, the other guy that we hired, that was the guy from that went to McLean and stuff. He did great. He just moved away too far. So he couldn't make that work. And then this other guy that we're gonna go ahead and do, like he has 10 years of experience on the truck, but obviously no experience on the transfer, so we can't offer a 10-year experience wage with zero experience on the transfer, so it has to be an offset on that. So obviously it will climb with time, and if he's cool with that, we can make it work. If he's not, then we keep looking. So we've reached out to a few of the CDL schools to let them know that we're hiring without experience because again, it's a double-edged sword. So if you hire somebody with a lot of experience, they come with their bad habits. They come with the way they want to work, what they think is best. And we have our, processes and procedures that we want followed and done for number one, safety, but second of all, for our clients, for our quarries, and just the expectation of our drivers. So if you come with bad habits are hard to break. Some can be molded, others are set in their ways. But we prefer that we can mold you to our liking so that you can work the way we want you to work. And then if you want to get some experience through us in 1 year, 2 years, and then get a good recommendation, work somewhere else where they'll pay you a lot more over the road or local region. We're in the belief that truck driving should be more of a not forever, whatever, unless that's what you love and great. But if you have other goals, you want to start other businesses, this is a great industry to get into because it's such a low cost to entry. I mean, if you're talking about 3 to 5K or even less than that, um, because in California you do need 15 hours of behind the wheel instruction, and most schools are charging about 3K just for those 15 hours. And yeah, I mean, you can come get those 15 hours with us for free. We'll go ahead and let you drive around the yard, practice parking, practice all that stuff. But yeah, it's on you. You pay that and you start getting paid. So it's something that you already do. You drive every day anyway. So you might as well get paid for it. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, what we can do. Like I said, I was probably gonna think about giving out some phone mounts and some other merch. I got a hats and jackets and stuff that sweaters, shirts we can go ahead and give out. Um, I'm mostly doing this streaming stuff not for money or business. It's just thought it'd be something fun. I'm always just either listening to podcasts or consuming, videos, movies, TikTok, YouTube, all kinds of stuff. And after a while, you kind of miss speaking with other people. Even right now, I'm only talking to myself. That's fine, as long as I feel like someone's listening. As guys, truck driving, you- other than like being on the phone all day, and that gets annoying too because you don't want to talk to the same person all the time about whatever you want. You can change it up. So here I can go ahead and, rant, vent, whatever. So if you guys have any questions, any comments or what you'd like to see or any tips that you would need to pass your stuff or how to get a job or really anything, it's it's open to chat. And then if Aiden sees this, forward it to him. I will definitely be streaming. That one thing I saw that was making me laugh was that some kid got a streaming deal that he had to stream like 8 hours a day. A job. He got a job. He got a deal. Whatever. And he wasn't doing it. Like you're already getting paid just to just film yourself play, keep people entertained. Shoot, I'll take that. Not doing it for the money, but if there's a deal to be made, I'm not going to say no. So yeah, pretty much drive all day from 7 a.m. to 3 o'clock and do it again Tuesday through Saturday. Um, at the yard, I also, drive the skid steer when I'm bored. I'll load myself instead of having the yard hands load me. I feel like I can load my truck better than they can. It's not all lopsided because that's one thing you do have to go ahead and keep in mind. Whether you're going to a quarry or you're getting loaded at a yard or whoever's loading you, make sure that your load is centered or at least not completely lopsided because once you're picking up this dump truck, this thing goes up 20, 25 feet in the air. So if it's stuck to the side and you're talking about, 10 yards or more, you're tipping, especially if you're not on flat ground. You're going to tip over, you're going to hurt somebody, you're going to hurt yourself. And at the best case scenario, you're going to get screwed pretty badly. So, at least financially. So, right now we're in San Bernardino. No offense to San Bernardino, but it sucks to make deliveries here. It's always sketchy. as in the neighborhood sketchy or nice and positive stuff, but I haven't seen it. There's a Mexican consulate here that I used to work here about 15 years ago. I issued passports to Mexican citizens, and they would give out these consulate IDs, which were a total scam because nobody accepted them. So it was a way for non-U.S. citizens and residents to get some kind of identification to carry with them, and it was a consulate, identification, which it just said, you're a citizen of the U.S. It's not even a driver's license equivalent. So it's like getting a library card at the U.S. consulate in Mexico and saying, this is my ID. They'll be like, nah, that doesn't fly here. And the same thing here. The cops and everybody else would be like, no, that doesn't fly here. So we just told them, instead of spending $32 on a consulate card, spend $76 on a 3-year passport or $101 on a 5-year passport, and that serves as an identification. It's a passport. So they started doing that, and they were making a killing. We were part of a consulate on wheels kind of thing. So we'd go to different cities for people who weren't able to make it to the actual consulate and set up shop at churches or different convention centers and have people meet us there, and we go ahead and do their biometrics, print out their passports, and issue them to them. But now with California, where you can get a driver's license whether you're undocumented or not, or even an identification, it's not as prevalent, but you still require some kind of identification in order for you to get your driver's license. So most of the time, it is a valid passport. But yeah, renewing a passport's a lot easier than getting it in the first place, especially if you're away from your country at a consulate, because you need, your birth certificate, another form of valid identification, proof of residence, and getting a combination of all that really sometimes wasn't possible. So we're going to take the 210 west to Pasadena. If you go to your right, you get to Highland, and you start going towards the mountain. You continue on the 215 north, you'll eventually get to Las Vegas. That's still about a 3.5 hour drive to get there. But we won't be going there anytime soon, at least not driving for the company. Now, driving to Las Vegas 3.5 hours, would that be considered local? No. To me, local is if you can get there in about an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, that would be local. Anything more than that, you're talking about regional. And regional is like over the road, except with all the worst parts of over the road and all the worst parts of local, and none of the pay of over the road, and none of the fun of local. So yeah, these are the views of a truck driver on the daily here in Southern California. Pretty sweet. So if you're thinking about it, just do it. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, I spent some money, I didn't like it. I mean, you're gonna go ahead and spend that money anyway. You might as well have a Class A driver's license and be able to drive whatever you want. Because once you have a Class A, if you didn't like, local, you can try over the road. If you didn't like over the road, you can try regional. If you didn't like any of that, you could be a school bus driver because you only need a Class B for that one. But having a Class A is a plus. You can haul fuel, you can haul all kinds of stuff. So the perfect mesh for me was local. You get to have a life, kids, family, wife. You get to enjoy what you're working for. So you actually get to enjoy the home that you're paying for. You actually get to enjoy the car that you're paying for. You get to enjoy your kids having a good time and, playing around in the yard that you made for them. You get to take them to their ballet. You get to take them to their taekwondo. You get to take them to their jujitsu versus living through a FaceTime or a video. So yeah, just woke up, put on a hat, and that's all you need to do. Especially when you're a guy, or shave your head, and then you don't have to worry about anything. Do that. Do your hair for the weekends. Do your hair for the wife, and that's about it. You don't have to look pretty out here. Right now, we're stuck in traffic again, so you get to see my beautiful face for the next 5, 10 minutes, probably less. But yes, sir. Easy money. Like I said, other than traffic and having to wash the truck, there's nothing bad about this job. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing stressful about it. Yeah, you're stuck in traffic. It gets stressful. You get dumb drivers. That gets stressful. And you get dispatch hitting you up and like, hey, where are you? Like, still on the freeway. That's not going anywhere. And then you got DLT always on your butt if your truck's, all wonky. But I don't really have to worry about the DOT. Truck is in tip-top shape. And then whenever I have a complaint about it, it gets fixed right away. And then, yeah, you're in AC. You got like, where my phone is right now. Instead of streaming, I usually be watching, a podcast. I'd be watching a video or something, especially going this slow in traffic. And since I don't lose line of sight, I mean, I don't recommend you do that, but everybody does. You do it in your car going 80 miles an hour. So don't practice bad driving habits. And then, yeah, the only bad thing, oh yeah, there is a bad thing, and this is just completely my fault because there's no one to blame. Um, you gain weight. You gain weight fast. I'm a little older. I got a few gray hairs here. It's a little harder to lose it. But this week, day 2 at the gym. Started on Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Going right after work. Hit legs Monday. Back and biceps Tuesday. And today, I'm sorry. And today is going to be chest and tries. But yeah, like, don't get too sore because then you can't even work. And climbing in and out of the truck's a little difficult when you do legs, and then especially if you have to like actually pull yourself up to go see the load. Today, when I want to go look at the dirt, making sure it's in the middle, I cramped up. Like, yeah, it's sore. It's a good feeling, but don't get to that place where you go. I started working. I think I was maybe 225, and that's like always been my base, 215 to 225. I'm 6'2", so it's you know those 10 pounds you can't even tell when you go up 10 or down 10. But now I'm at, well, now I went lower, but I got to 260, almost 265 in about, 2 years, maybe three. But just, yeah, it's bad. I mean, to the point where like I have great cardio and I've never had an issue for running. And then all of a sudden I did. I was like, oh, I'm too fat. It's like one thing is being, big bones, being thick, but nah, heck no, I'm fat, fat. So then I started losing weight, started just eating less crap. So especially like you go to the gas station, chips, it's, freaking breads of all kinds and candy of all kinds, sodas and all that junk. Um, but then, starting the new year, I was like, yeah, I got to be more mindful of the things that I do. What's up, buddy? Killer Pie 007? Yes, sir. So don't get fat. Started working out. So this year I just started drinking more water. I started, the snacks I have are like Greek yogurt. I got some almonds. Got to be careful with those because those stuff can be high calorie. I got, a lot of the sugar-free stuff. They say it's bad, but yes, sir. We're all fat. It happens, man. But guess what? We can actually fix that. It took 3 years to get this fat. I don't expect to not get fat in the next 3 weeks. So one day at a time. Oh, shoot. Thank you, sir. Hello, hello. Can't see that name. It's purple. But yes, sir. Thanks for the donation, man. That actually is the gym membership price. So there you go. Got another month gym membership. But yes, sir. Just gotta start working out again and at least get back to 225. Like right now, I'm at 245. So it's another 20 pounds to go. Oh, what's up? My name's Victor. I'm a tow truck, not tow truck, transfer truck driver. 220? Yeah, dude. I'm bigger than you, so ah, I'm a fat 242 also. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm a transfer truck driver. I mean, I bring you guys out on the road out here. Check this out here. We go ahead and talk about whatever. I'm 6'2", 6'1" if I'm hunching because I'm fat. So generally don't want to show off my man boobs, so I kind of crouch over. So and yeah, these didn't used to be an issue, but now it's getting harder and harder. So then dude, then you're better than I am. I want to get to your weight, dude. What the heck? 220, 220. I can still freaking get my pants on without struggling. So oh, cool, man. Thanks. But yeah, I'm a transfer truck driver. I bring this stuff out. Well, I'm kind of promoting people to getting their CDL. It's easy money, guys. I don't have a problem um, with people doing over the road stuff, but it's not for me. I don't get to see my kids. I don't get to do anything at home. I don't get to enjoy my house or my, whatever. So if you get your CDL, drive local. That's the way to do it. Never been to the gym? Ah, thanks, man. It's not that hard. Most people there are friendly if you want them to be friendly. If not, mostly everybody minds their own business. I mean, like when I started going a long time ago, you kind of, whoa, man, thanks. I appreciate it. I started going, man, and yeah, you get first of all you're there and you're like, man, should I try this? I'm gonna look dumb in front of other people. I'm gonna look like people don't wanna like they're gonna think I'm weak or they're gonna make fun of me. No one cares, dude. They're all in their head. You see the girls on, TikTok that are like, oh my God, this guy's looking at me. Those are just people, asking for attention and stuff, so it doesn't matter. Do your own thing. Everybody's paid the same membership, so you have the same right as everybody. And then if you see somebody that you go like, that guy's physique is awesome, that's where I want to be, just tell them. Jim is 20, 26, 27, I think. It's like 26.99. So it's not nothing crazy. But yeah, like the gym's pretty cool. I mean, you get to show up there. Oh, hey, what's up? How we doing? How we doing? So yeah, I mean, go to the gym. Worst thing that's gonna happen is you lose weight, you get stronger. That's really the gist of it. Hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I mean, I don't have any issues with going to the gym and feeling embarrassed anymore because even if I'm lifting only 10 pounds versus lifting 100 pounds, I broke my clavicle playing football when I was 20, 18, 19. I can't. It was like 2007. So I would have been 19. And like, yeah, so the bone still kind of sticks out and stuff, but it kind of healed like that. Yeah, I got kids. I got two of them, little boy, little girl. Nah, I'm not 30, dude. I wish. I'm 36. I'm about to be 37. So, yeah, I'm an older dude. I'm from the 80s. I was born in the 80s. I was born back in the 1900s. They like to say. It was funny because they started saying like, "Oh, the '60s are like no, we are to kids now what people from the '60s were to us." So that's that's crazy to hear. But now I'm 36, about to be 37. So got all these gray hairs here in my chin to prove my experience in life. I'm season 37 now. But yeah, guys, doesn't matter how old you are. If you're in your early 20s, to the late 40s, 50s, 60s, you can still be a truck driver. There's no barrier to entry. I mean, the hardest part, I won't lie to you guys, is going to be uh getting a job right in the beginning. Oh, 20? Yeah, dude, you can get your CDL. It costs between 3 to 5K. I mean, there's some places like Robertson's, Concrete, and then there's a few companies that will pay for your truck driving school, but then you got to make a contract with them that that you're there for X amount of years. But yeah, dude, you've got a whole world ahead of you. Like I talked to my uncles and they're like, dude, if I was your age, I would do this. If I was 20 years old, good height, 6'2", nothing to shy about, 220, that ain't that. That's not fat. Get a nicer gym. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll definitely work on that. Just I need a 24-hour gym basically. And that's the thing. So, like 24-hour fitness or oh, crap. Stop it, dude. We're cool. That's we're good, man. We're good. We're good. Like thanks. Um but yeah, the main thing, I don't know, dude. Just Got me a loss for words. Shouldn't be donating to me, man. Keep that. Grow it. Make some cash. Invest it. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you. I'm chill. I'm chill. But yeah, man. Just if you feel like you're fat, go to the gym. Diet is all right, cool. I appreciate it. If you go to the gym, eat right, and money's made to spend. So that's all we do. We drive, we make some money, we can't take it with us, right? But yeah, dude, the main thing to me is worry about focus on you. Like as far as like at 20 years old, I got at 25, was it 25? And that was my high school sweetheart, so we didn't have kids until like 7 years later, like 32. So we didn't get married because we had to. It's like we genuinely enjoyed hanging out, and to this day. And so we had two kids. We had a boy. We had a girl. We're like, that's it. We hit the jackpot. We don't have to do anymore. So the main thing was I was working in offices all the time, and I couldn't, I couldn't, and didn't want to go ahead and start at my day at that I didn't get to see the daylight. So I need to do something else. I need to get away from this. So make more money with something. So to this day, I make real. You get to go to different places. You get to check out different locations. It's pretty cool. Like right now, we're about to get a Rancho Cucamonga. We're gonna get off on I think it's Day Creek Boulevard. So we go, we drop off the materials, take off from there. Then we go pick up more material. That's really what it is. And then by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock at the latest, I'm out. Yesterday, finished at 3:39, closed up, changed, got to the gym, and worked out. So if you're 20 years old, dude, the world is your oyster. So get off here for it. So watch, check this out. We're off the freeway already. Driving up here. We're gonna be getting off on says towaway, truck or trailer. Oh, yes. Truck must use truck routes. So it does say that we have to use a truck route on the street signs, but sometimes not sometimes, every time it's local, we can go ahead and ignore those rules because we have the address of where we're going, and it's not like we have a helicopter that we can go ahead and drop off the materials. So I don't know if this thing stopped recording. Yeah, but the main thing I want to stress to like, especially young guys, if you guys are watching this, focus on yourselves. Girls come later. You don't need to focus on that. You don't need to, make that your main mission. Your main mission is being the best version of you. Because also the quality of the girl that you're going to be able to pull is going to be a lot different if you're not confident in yourself, and that's not the type of girl that you want because then they can feel like they can walk all over you. You want to please them all the time. You're going out of your way to do everything for them, and if there's nothing wrong with that. It's for a loved one, of course, But if it's at a detriment, you got a chick, that's good, man. So that means that you don't have to worry about so we just got here. Yeah, you don't have to worry about like all the hustle and bustle of chasing tail. So all you got to do is then work on yourself. And then if she supports you in the things that you do, you can definitely accomplish a lot more. Like my wife was like, "Are you sure?" She wasn't. We didn't even have kids when I did a career change. So she was just like, "Are you sure that's what you want to do?" I was like, "I guess I don't know what to do." It's like, "Yeah, how about you take some time, ask for some time off from work and then figure out what you want to do." So when I told her I wanted truck driving, she's like, "Do it." So if you have somebody supportive like that, great. Obviously, if she thought it was a bad idea, she would have been like, "I don't think you should," and you should be able to still accept some criticism if they tell you not. So I think I got the client coming by right now. Hola, ¿qué tal? Sí, ahorita nos van a sacar la cam. Sí, ok, está bien. So this guy wants me to drop off the material where his truck is right now, which is about right there. So he's gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna jump on up and go drop the dirt there. So uh, so we got about 7 yards worth of material. So 7 yards is roughly about 9 tons of dirt. So about 18,000 pounds that these fellas are gonna have to shovel to the back. So he wants it as close as he possibly can to make that short trip. Because in a wheelbarrow, all you can fit is about 200, 250 max. But if you start doing 250, anybody who'll listen, do it at 20. Get, that's true. It's all about confidence. So, but you have to be a Mexican to work there. And they're like, oh yeah, just bring us your mom's birth certificate. Okay. Took them that and they accepted it. And then I was handing out passports left and right. I don't know if you guys can see it in the mirror. So tail goes up. Wanted to get for myself what I think I've been blessed, man. I don't like other than like material stuff. I mean, like there's not much. I mean, I wanted kids. I got kids. I wanted a family. I got a family. I got a home just last year that we actually own. Um, I wanted a new car. Worked hard. Got a new car. Um, yeah, that's a good one. Well, see. Oh, yeah, man. There's not a want that I have. Like other than that, like, um, friends, like usually what, like at work, like when your friends, when you get, and then after school, it's, work. And then from work is like, going to the gym, going blah, 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 having some kind of similar activity. You get friends out of that. But with kids, friends, maybe two or three actual friends. After that, I don't know. Like we're all in different stages in our lives. Like One has a 15-year-old and a 2-year-old. So you're like, yeah, I mean, they have different priorities. One sec, the customer has something. Alrighty. Well, that's it, man. We're done here with this guy, and we're gonna go pick up material. Um, but yeah, you start to. Can I just donate you my left one name that I have? If I say you can't lift the what is it? You can't look a gift horse in the mouth. So I'm with people who are about doing or like we're afraid to ask for help. We're afraid to reach out because I don't know if it's considered taboo or if it's like you're seen less than a man. Um, I had been playing around with an idea where like you can go ahead and like I'm gonna start a man can. What the heck is a man can? It's like I grew up without a dad, so dude, no way. Wow, I appreciate that. Thanks, man. You are you're a saint. Um, but yeah, shoot, we'll start a man camp now for like guys that need help. Um, like don't want to ask for help, like doing things that. Thanks, man. You've made my month. So definitely getting that. I'll show you when I get that gym membership for the year, and then a lot more. Maybe I can even pay it forward as well, man. That's actually going to be a lot of help to do ahead. But yeah, I appreciate your time, dude. Just simply this, like, I have somebody to talk to. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's weird. It's kind of like you just want to go ahead and talk to people and be able to like give that advice that you like. I have 37 is I remember 37. I thought that when I was like 15, I was like, geez, that guy's ancient. He must have his whole life figured out. Like, oh no, we're just kind of stumbling through life. But I got a couple brothers that oh, dude, you too, man. You too. I'll keep an eye out for you, definitely. Um, but yeah, man, like there's no there's nothing on this planet that you can't solve. Like you just gave a perfect example. Like, hey, I feel fat. We can fix that. Yeah, like I feel sad, I feel depressed. All that stuff is curable. The only thing that's not curable is death, and I think AI is working on that stuff. Um, but yeah, man, like I would say if I was in your shoes, man, 20, that's one thing you can't get back is time. That is it like take advice from whoever you can, especially if good advice, bad advice. As long as you listen and you can kind of discern for yourself, like, nah. So the only thing I can say is this: is focus on yourself, focus on you being happy. If you're happy, everything else comes out so much easier. What do you do? What is it that like? What's your job or what's your what do you mean by you have some portfolios? Like what's your occupation? Oh no way! At 20 years old, that's freaking awesome, dude. Okay, yeah, dude. You don't need any financial advice from me, that's for sure. I'm gonna be taking some from you. Oh, that's good, man. How much longer do you have left for school? Oh, dude, yeah, and that's what your main thing is. That is just work on you. Finally over. Nah, man, that's when it finally starts. When I finished college, because I went for cybersecurity, I went to Cal State San Bernardino, and I thought I was like, yeah, done, no more having to do this. And then they're like, oh, you also need to go get this cert. Then you got to get this certification. Then you got to go do. And you're like, school stuff is over, but it's weird that you miss it because it's just like a new step. I mean, it's like Pokemon. You evolved into your next form. Turns saying, yeah, dude. There's a point where you go like this is how much I need anything more than that. So it just depends on what your outcome is, what your outlook of life is going to be. Like my wife and I like to travel. That's like what we save up for. We save up to travel, and we take off that way. So we end up going to like because when we were younger, we're like, let's go to Vegas. Oh, dude. Oh, I see what you're saying. So there's good months. Some months are higher, some months are lower. I see what you're saying. But yeah, I guess having that steady income is going to be a lot better than like it's because those highs make up for the lows, but then you got to make sure you have like a rainy day fund. Yeah, that's what's scary. That's not having a fixed income is a pro and a con. So if there's anything that you can do to make it go up, great. But if it's something kind of just based on like the market or just based on just random events, then that gets scary. But yeah, as long as you don't have any debts. Number one thing, stay away from credit cards because at 20 years old, I was drowning in credit cards. And it took me like almost 3 years just to get out of that debt. What's up? I said, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What country are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, man. So then, yeah, you're someone like yeah, like a tax. Suck. That one thing is you just don't get away from. Okay, so now it's different. Like as far as yeah, you can. I mean, dude, you're tall. Are Indians typically 6'2"? Because I mean, the friends that I had that were Indian, they were like 5'10" tops, or just an anomaly. Because I'm an anomaly. I'm Mexican, so uh, the tallest person in my family was like 5'9". My dad likes to think he likes to say he's 6 foot, but then like as he got older, he's like I'm 5'11" and 3/4, and then now 5'11". Like, dude, you're 5'9", like on a good day. So yeah, it's not. Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. So being tall has it definitely has its advantages, especially if you're tall around people that aren't tall. So yeah, that's good stuff. Heck yeah. And what's funny is that like being tall has nothing to do with anything that we did. It's just simply I have some mixed genes. Okay, what do you got? Like what are your what's your ethnicity? French Italian? Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. No, I did a 23 and me. It turned out I was like 25% Spanish, 50% indigenous, and then like 25% random stuff. So my ancestors were getting around out there. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the the Indian friends I had, yeah, none of them were really. I had one Indian friend that had like these hazel, like honey hazel eyes, dude. I was like, if I was gay, man, you would get it. But he was a cute little guy, man. And I was like, Jesus, he had so much game with the girls too. Oh, okay. No, you actually knew your grandparents, which is good. No, I knew one of my grandparents, and we called her Yoda because she was so tiny, man. Uh, she was, uh, she was maybe 4'5", or like, and we would call her Yoda, and my mom would get mad, and she'd be like, uh, what are you calling her?" I was like, "Yoda." Like, what is that? And then we explained to her, showed her what Yoda was, and she was old, wrinkly, cane and all, and she liked to wear her little, things, and so she looked like Yoda, and all got mad. And then when she passed, I was like, oh, Yoda returned to the Force. She got even madder, but she laughed at that time. So, but yeah, dude, I don't know. I think I'm like the milkman's kid or something. I was telling my mom, like, are you sure I'm my dad's kid? Like, is that why I didn't grow up with a dad? Well, dude, I mean, people who donate, people who do that stuff like you do, I mean, you make people's day. Especially, like I said, I don't really have any followers or anything. I don't expect to really have any followers. I just want to go ahead and be able to vent my day, rant my day, share my day because like my partner is an empty seat on the right. So I would watch and listen to other guys talk and stuff, but I mean those guys are like mostly over the road, mostly like actually. Yeah, I am, yeah, you are my only follower, dude. So what time is it out there right now? It's gonna be what? I think you're already in tomorrow. Yeah, you're about to be tomorrow. Dang. So what's good from the future? No, when I was think it was in maybe sixth grade. So the American education system isn't so bright. So I was in sixth grade. We were learning about the meridian time, learning about time zones, and this girl, I still remember her name. Her name was Amber, and she goes, "Wait, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean?" It's like, "Yeah, I don't get it. Like, if they live in a different time zone, can't they just tell us what tomorrow is going to happen so that we know what the news is going to be?" Yeah, man, sixth grade. It's bad. So we, our American educational system is terrible. I mean, grade, kindergarten, when you're five, you learn because that's the first one. Like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. End of kindergarten. And I thought it was like amazing. This says on my desk, look, it says there. And the kids next to me are like, that's the ABCs, man. I was like, no, like it literally says my name. And they didn't even know that. So it took us a whole year of being in that class and we barely learned our alphabet. We had, oh, wow. Yeah, nah. We didn't have we don't learn another language until we do electives in like high school. There's some that you can go ahead and take Spanish, this, or like an immersion class, and that's where we have my daughter. She's in a dual immersion class, so she's doing English and Spanish, and most of it is homeschooled, and she's light years ahead of where I was. Light years. She already knows how to read. She's 4. She knows how to read. She knows how to write. She knows all that stuff. Um, we have her transcribe on the laptop. Oh yeah, did your calculus in primary? Calculus. Oh God, calculus. Some people never even take calculus their whole lives. They get pre-algebra because in high school you only need to do 3 years of mathematics. So the first 6 years is primary school. Nice. Yeah. The first 5 grades, primary. Yeah, you have to be smart. No, no. Calculus? Yeah, I took calculus in 12th grade, just to give you that. But and I was good with numbers, and that's because nobody else wanted to do it. Like I took algebra 2, I took calculus, and then I did statistics. And then all my other friends were pre-algebra, algebra, and geometry, since they only needed to do 3 years. So they got to geometry, and that was it. And then like English, we took English, which would be just literature, for 4 years. Because high school is 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then you take a year of, bro even has some American president in 5th grade. No way. Wow. No, we don't learn history until 9th grade. 9th grade is world history. 10th grade is U.S. history. 11th grade, we don't learn any more of history. We just have more electives. And an elective would be like some kind of something in the arts. But yeah, dude, it doesn't use full Oxford. Oh, okay. Well, even then, man, I mean, everyone I've spoken to, like whether even it's, and you would think Mexico is genuinely a third world uh country, and family from over there comes out here, and they've done it by 6th grade, everything that the high school kids here are doing. I don't know, man. It's just, it's war. And it's not us in general. Like most of us are in debt, or most of us are barely scraping by. So we don't have that like that we're rich. It's mostly like we're comfortable. We're enough that we're comfortable. Oh yeah, dude. But, I mean, if you ask a kid here in the U.S., what do you want to be when you grow up? When I was a kid, it was like, I want to be a police officer. I want to be, you had aspirations. Now it's like, I want to be a TikTok star. You're like, right, right. I mean, you could be a TikTok star, but you could have a career. What's the career? I don't know. Like, I mean, some kind of aspiration. And here, like, okay, minimum wage in California is $16 an hour. Yeah, Asian nation, all the Asian nations are kicking ass. I mean, we're the fattest. We are the unhealthiest. We are the richest, I guess. I mean, our our cost of living's high, but our wages are high in that sense. So it's just enough to where you don't feel abject poverty. But dude, no. 1K PA. Like, well, let me give you an example. So if you're making $16 an hour, working your 40 hours, because they do 40-hour weeks here. Um, so that's what, 640, and minus taxes. If you don't have any dependents or you have anything, you get taxed about 17%, um, federal and state. So you walk away with about 440, 450 per paycheck at minimum wage. That's not including if you do overtime. That's not including if you work another day or whatever. But at the bare minimum, that's what you'll take home. A little bit over $400. You have 33% that do. Yeah. Like not even like a corporate tax is that high. That's insane. But yeah, he goes you make that rent for a one bedroom. Just if you want to rent a bedroom, it's $500 a month if you are renting in somebody else's house. So that means that's a week's worth of your pay just for rent. If you're a single, only living in one bedroom. If you want to have your own apartment, like right now, Rancho Cucamonga, the cheapest there for a one bedroom apartment is, I think it's like $1,400. The nicer the area, the more expensive, obviously. But if you go down towards like Riverside County, which is about an hour away, 45 minutes away, an apartment still costs you 1,200, $1,300. So yeah, so if your rent is $1,300, that's not including utilities, that's not including gas, food, anything. So if you're making take home 1,800 to be safe, like $2,000 a month, uh yeah, like most of what you work out here is going towards your mortgage, your rent. Um like right now, if you want to buy a house costs $350,000 for a semi decent home. Um, and that's at a 30-year mortgage at a 6 to 7% plus PMI interest, all that other stuff. You're going to go ahead and pay for 350 about $2,900 per month for the next 30 years. And there's no changing that, man. So it's only going to get more expensive. Two better apartments. Oh, okay. Oh, so nice. You can actually inherit that. Yeah. No, we don't. Here, even if we have something called an inheritance tax. So let's just say I was going to go ahead and leave of my home to my kids, and it's valued at $200,000. They would get a step up in basis, but they would still be liable for, like, because inheritance tax is 50%. So if I leave them any money, 50% was going to go away. Rural population has. Oh, okay. What's on the rural population? Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, no, like out here, you're working to have a place to sleep. And so the majority of the country is not well off. I mean, they're not hurting from things. We have a lot of social programs, like they call them food stamps, welfare, social help of that sort. Has apartments here. Yeah, I mean your population's a lot higher, man. That's like at a big cities here. Big cities. I mean New York. Everybody lives, in condos and stuff. As you go further out west, there's more land. But if you look at the land like the big cities, there's no land. There's a Costco here that told LA, the Los Angeles County, that they wanted to build a Costco and they wanted to use a certain lot. And they're like, no, this lot is reserved only for housing because we have a housing crisis. There's not enough homes. We have 200,000 homeless living in Skid Row in Los Angeles. And so we need to go ahead and make more homes. They started a thing where, well, they started introducing something where they're going to go ahead and build a Costco, and on top of Costco, they're going to go ahead and build apartments. So yeah, man, they have people everywhere, drug use everywhere. Yeah, yeah. You have you're at 1 billion already, and we can't deal with 330 million people. Like Los Angeles County, the California, I think has like 42 million people alone, and Los Angeles County and the outers is like 24, 25 million people. But those most of those homeless people aren't actually like homeless because they don't have an alternative. It's 1.6. Oh man. Well, yeah, it's been a while since I looked at the population. The last time I saw it was like 1.2. Well, that's why Apple's making stuff in India now, and most of the economy and stuff with all these tariffs and stuff. I think it's going to be going that way too. I think India just said no to tariffs, so it's going to be reciprocal. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, dude, that's a lot of people. But if you're thinking about 200,000 people in the streets of Los Angeles when their population is 24, that means 1% of the population is just out in the street. People are breeding like Twitter. Yeah, dude. I mean, if you got nothing to do and the girl's there, you're there, let's do it. Um, yeah, but then you also don't want to go ahead and have like a crisis where it's like, oh, you're only allowed to have one kid, kind of like China did. But yeah, too many. If you're financially able to support it, by all means, have a go at it if that's what you want to do. But yeah, to me, we decided two was good because we wanted a boy, we wanted a girl. We had them, and we're like, okay, so we're only going to replace ourselves in the world once we're gone. The girl replaces you, the boy replaces me. We're not hurting the planet more. We're not leaving it worse off than we did it. But yeah, that's a lot of people. But honestly, that's what they want here. So they want a lot of income tax. The reason our education system sucks, it's mostly training us for like assembly line work, warehouse work. I mean, that's why they have it so rigid as far as like schedules go, be here on time, be here every day. I mean, you get caught in this system where you don't make. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put a ban on like having people have a set limit. The only thing I can think of is like at least here, a lot of them are like oh, take advantage of the social and welfare system. Yeah, I mean that's there again. Everything has a pro and a con. If it's some kind of like a dictatorship or some kind of like a unilateral party, if we say something goes, it goes. We try it out, it didn't work, we reverse because China did it for they wanted the one child policy. Started seeing a lot of kids being killed because they wanted a lot of girls being killed. They wanted boys to be their heirs, but you can't continue your lineage if there's no girls. So if we all had boys, it stops fairly fast. But then if it's too heavy handed, you want it to be a choice. You want people to be able to make that choice how they want to be governed. So it's good and bad. But if it's something like out here, if you don't even have to prove it, you just claim that you're of low income. If you got pregnant, you can go to a place called Planned Parenthood, and they'll do the abortion for free. Oh yeah, the UAE, the richest, and yeah, dude, that's a whole different thing, man. That is, they really knew what they were doing when they all tapped in, and they're like, we own most of the oil. Let's do that. Yeah, but it's a pro and a con. It's a pro and a con. Like I would rather just kind of like leave it to the people, but sometimes there's things that you have to kind of like just let people see with their own eyes. Like, look, this is what they did. We can make it work too. Or this is what they did. It failed. Let's not do it that way, or let's not do it at all. But yeah, man, I think it's like for that, like where they're taking advantage of the welfare system. They claim that you're low income, and they'll do the abortion for free and unlimited abortion. So some people, I mean, they give you free birth control, but girls say that it messes with their hormones. So they rather, if they get pregnant, go have an abortion and take it that way. And then, vice versa too. Like if you want kids, oh, dude, whenever you're around, I'm trying to do this on the daily. Have a good night, man. Take care. I appreciate you. You too, man. Great chatting with you. Take care. Good night. Goodbye. Boys, good night to you. See you next week, next day. Cool, man. Anytime you got it. I'll be back, yo. Me too. All right. Take care, man. All right. So yeah, guys, take care of yourselves. Oh, hats off to you, my sir. Thank you. Have a blessed night and good night. So yeah, guys, take care of yourselves. Make sure that you're good up here. Once you're good up here, everything else comes easy. I can't think of anything hard in life that you go, that is the hardest thing I have to deal with. Like if you get your girl pregnant while you're young, just look, everything has a positive side. There's this dude called, Jocko, and, I don't really listen to him too often, but, there's a clip that I saw of him, and, he had this phrase that he would say, good. And we're like, good? That they were giving him some bad news, like, oh, this happened, blah, blah, blah. And he said, good. And he said that they told him, like, good? How's that good? Like, good. Now we have an opportunity to do this or to try this. So, in other words, he's trying to kind of like tell you, like, good, like, it happened. All right, good. Move on and think of a way to find the silver lining. There's always a silver lining in mostly everything that you can think of. Obviously, there's death, there's actual catastrophes. So you're not going to say, oh, good, this guy. No, no. What I mean is like in your own personal life, things that you're dealing with. Um, so just so that it doesn't affect you and like affect your mental health as far as like depression um, or any of that negative stuff that like that anxiety that kicks in, that if am I doing enough, am I good enough, yeah, it's like there's always that thing in the back of your head like, man, I should be doing this. Like, yeah, you should be, but don't beat yourself up about it. Like, oh, like, for example, myself, the whole time I was thinking like, man, I should really go to the gym. Yeah, I need to go to the gym, and now I got to stop eating so badly. I got to go ahead and focus on this. I got to go, you start, getting in your own head. You start getting in your own head, and it gets to the point where you go, man, it's me, and like I see everybody kind of like moving forward. I see this guy getting fit. I see this guy, moving forward in his career, whatever it is. And comparison really is the thief of joy, because even if you go like this guy right now, dude, like he donated a bunch of money, man. Anyone else sees that goes like, why not me? Why can't I get that? Why did he? Hey, blessings are blessings. Things happen. This might be my only donation I ever get, and that's fine. Like I said, I never set out to do this for any kind of money, but it's mostly to clear my head and help anybody that needs to clear theirs. Because I mean, as guys, we don't really talk to other guys about anything real. They say, "Oh, go to therapy," but it's their job. Do they truly care about, what's going on in your life? Like, no, they got a timer. They set you up and go like, boom, boom, get out. You're done. We'll talk about this next week. You're like, I wasn't done talking, but okay. And they have a set price and whatever. So usually you just need sometimes to just hear your own thoughts out loud. So if you're like, oh, hey, I was thinking about getting my, commercial driver's license, but I don't know if I should or I could or whatever. Do it. I mean, if you can, if financially, you can make it work, do it. If you can't, there are a lot of, ways that you can, subsidize it or look for ways to, make it happen. That will pay for you to get your commercial driver's license. But, yeah, you make a contract with them, and they tell you this is how long you got to be with us. This is how long you have to work with us, and that's fine. I mean, they are investing in you. You're investing that time, so you're still getting paid. And so even if they pay for your license, you might not be paid as well as as if you did it yourself. But the main thing is this: they trusted you to invest in you. So if they believe in you, they're going to go ahead and try to make it work with you because they're putting their money on you. So if whether you believe in yourself or not, that company is believing in you, and their pay must not be, it might not be great. Heck, you might be even making less than what you're currently making. But like I know Robertson started off like at 24, $25 an hour, and they pay for your driving school, or you pay it back. There's a kind of it's weird, but if you could go ahead and make it work on your own, perfect. If you want to take out a credit card with zero, if you take out a credit card that has zero interest, has 18 months no interest, and then that thing costs you $3,000, make a $200 payment for that card, and you're done. And you never paid any interest. You didn't have to get an actual loan, and you made it work. So don't worry about chasing tail. Don't worry about, partying at the moment. All that stuff comes with time. And what is time? It is money. So if you have the money, the financial security in your life, first of all, that stress of like, where am I going to get my next, payment from is gone. So you have that financial security that's taken care of. You have a good job. It's stable. No worries there. That's perfect because the next step is, all right, now I got to go ahead and get myself situated with a home, get myself situated with a car, get myself situated with everything else. And then you can go ahead and start thinking about, going out, having fun. And then you start looking after you had all the fun that you needed to have, you start looking for a significant other. You can have as many girlfriends as you want. You can have as much fun as you want. But then, when you're ready to settle down, you choose a wife that betters you, that challenges you. Because if you have a wife that's like, oh, yes, dear, yes, 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 that's bad. You can't be surrounded by somebody that only says yes to you. They have to be able to challenge you and tell you that idea is stupid. You should not do that. Um, like somebody with a strong character, strong backbone that has the ability to tell you when you're messing up because they will push you further. Because those moments that you're like, I don't know if I should, they're the ones that believe in you the most because they know you. They're going to be like, yeah, do it. Completely do it. And if you don't feel secure enough where you're like, should I tell her? Should I not? You got me. You can tell me. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what my point of view is. If I think it's a good idea, it's a bad idea. I'm 37 years old. Well, 36. About to be 37. And I've done different businesses. I've done all kinds of things. I've worked in literally from washing dishes, doing warehouse work, driving forklifts, driving trucks like this. Done it in one way or another. Me, yeah. Especially if it's something that you've been doing a trade for 30 years, and then you tell me, oh, you're a technical recruiter, so I knew enough about welding to be able to hire for it. I knew enough about all kinds of jobs to be able to hire for them because they go ahead and explain what they need to be doing, explain what it is. We go ahead and see it at the job site. We do hands on. So a lot of that warehouse stuff, we all did. But yeah, man, the main thing that I've seen because I've seen it again from the bottom to the top to people who are millionaires, um, different stresses, different things people have, that they go ahead and just don't know how to communicate with everybody. Like, shoot, this might be, so there we go. It's just a little loud, I guess. The main thing I want you guys to know is it's nothing in this job is not it's not difficult. You get to be out every day. Like right now, check out. I'm trying to see if I can get you to check out the view right now where we're going, which is not slipping. There we go. So yeah, check that out. We're gonna go onto a scale. The scale house weighs us out. It tells us how much we weigh and how much material we're gonna take. The biggest headache about this job is, the wait, the traffic, and having to wash the truck. I don't think I've ever had a well, I've had tough long days because, things can break mechanically and then it sucks that you're stuck on the side of the road. But, I've never had a day where I'm like raging and so pissed and nah, dude. The main thing I've learned out of life is it's not that big of a deal. It's like, is me getting mad now going to help me? No. So we all have our stresses. We all have our bills that need to get paid. What am I going to go ahead and do? Where am I going to move to? What am I going to work in? We all have these pressures, like, and those aren't real problems. Um, one of my brothers, and he's okay for me to share this, because he actually conquered it. That kid, well, he's not a kid. He's my kid brother. He's 4 years younger than me, but he is a legit, like, bona fide genius. Like, he learned to read at 3. No, not even. It was like 2.5, 3. He learned all that. He was really smart. He is. But everything that came to him easy. Uh, my mom had a guitar. I picked it up, taught myself guitar, taught myself good enough that I could teach him. And then he surpassed me like crazy. It's like I was like learning like these, with tabs and stuff, and this kid, savant. Like he was great. The thing is that with that kind of mind, if you're not challenged, it begins to wander, and that wandering, they call it ADHD, or they call it some kind of disease or some kind of something. I call it curiosity because you get bored. I mean, land like wondering all kinds of other things. And oh no, sorry, Adderall. They gave him Ritalin, and then Ritalin was deemed this, and so he became a user, and he took. He didn't really reach out. It just he loved rehab. There was no. People have it. Some people don't. I personally probably wouldn't have it. I mean, my drug of choice was like energy drinks for a long time. Like, so Red Bulls, Monsters, until I had a friend that died of a freaking heart attack at 35. His blood pressure was through the roof. Those things are good, and almost everything is fine in moderation. Even, other substances in moderation. But, I stopped that. I was like, oh, dude, I gotta quit those because I don't know if I was getting anxiety knowing that happened to him, or like my brain started playing tricks on me, or I really was on the brink of, some kind of meltdown. But I don't know, man. The main thing with him, like I love that kid to death, is that he just needed an outlet. He needed someone to talk to and then something to do. So he started repairing my mom's house. He started doing focus on that. And now that kid is clean. He's doing great. Single. If any ladies out there want to take a look, he's definitely a lot cuter than I am. I'll be right back. Alrighty. And we're back. So right now we were just at a scale house getting a new lightweight. Lightweight means when we're empty. So that way they can tell how much they gave us. We're at the scale house getting a new light unencumbered, so without it, sure. I mean, it won't fit in there, so they'll just do the two scoops and I'll be on my way. Oh, they basically cut down that mountain little by little, different types of material, different sands, different DGs, decomposed granites. That would later become, I guess, DG. And so there's a bunch of rocks in it. So you'll go ahead and scoop that up, bring it back down, bring it into those conveyor belts or several conveyor belts that he has throughout out here. Because there's one right here. This one's decommissioned. As usually they break down, and these things are expensive, man. Those things cost anywhere between $100,000 to $500,000, and that's to buy it. You could lease them, but then you're stuck doing that. And you got those big old dumpers right there. So they usually load those up and they bring them down here. It makes it easier. But yeah, this is kind of what a quarry looks like. Just like a, and here comes the guy. We'll go ahead and get us loaded right now. Picking up some DG. Let's see if I can get on the way he loads us. Hopefully, come in, get your light. He hung back. Delivery number 4. Now, this one's going back to the yard, and that's kind of like I was saying. You try to maximize your time, bring some more materials, or you know, make it worth the trip. And that way, you're not having to waste time. Loaded, we start driving back around, and we get back to the line again. So I'm gonna park about right here. So you can see this trailer has their hatch open, and that's because they did something called trimming. So trimming, that's kind of what it sounds like. They have too much material. They are only legally able to carry 80,000 pounds, and that's including, the weight of the truck. So in reality, you only take about 50,000 pounds worth of material. And this is the water truck right now. He's going to be watering the floor so that they can stop kicking up so much dust. If we can check it. Because he's about to get on the scale, and if he drops them on the scale, yellow transfer, your tail is open. I don't think he cares. But yeah, you're only allowed to have 80,000 pounds. If you go over that, then you're asking for trouble. You get pulled over by the DOT, it's a fine. Can't remember if it's per pound or well, I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, like this gentleman here is a gray wolf, easily in his late 50s. He should know better. Yeah, so I'm not of the school of, criticizing other drivers or, shame on you kind of thing. It is what it is. We all make mistakes. But the main thing is, it's funny when other people go like, "You're not a real trucker." If it's like, "Do you have a CDL?" Yeah. "Do you drive a truck?" Yeah. Then you're a trucker. Now you're not the stereotypical trucker. You don't follow the norms that everybody else does. But you're a trucker. I mean, I don't mind more people coming into this industry. It's, it's beneficial to all of us. There's no gatekeeping. We can't all run the routes. We can't all take the jobs. You want to go ahead and have as much, not, I wouldn't call it competition because we all do different things, but there's people that want to do all kinds of competitions and like they want to go ahead and gatekeep all the secrets and how to do it. Dude, someone tells you they're gonna make $1 million on trucking, they own their own trucks, blah blah. So this is what I would do. Step one: get your CDL or ride with somebody who's a truck driver, just so you can see it firsthand. And you can ride with me here. You can see what the pitfalls. What are the good, the bad, and then if you go like, if that dork can do it, I can do it. Believe me. If I can do it, most people can. So first step, check it out. Jump on this channel, ask all the questions that you want, and I'll let you know. I'll be honest with you. I'll show you like, hey, this is the good, this is the bad. And then if you guys get job offers and you get like, let me know, like, oh, they're offering this or they're telling me it's this much to do this. I'll tell you, don't do it or it's a great deal. Do it. But like, one thing I will tell you, don't, as soon as you get your CDL, don't go and buy your truck right away. If you could just be a driver, just be the driver. You won't make as much, but there, believe me, the headaches, you won't have any. Because you go, hey, something's wrong with the truck, and they go ahead and fix it. Versus you. Last step one, check it out, get your CDL, and then just start applying. There's a lot of what they call owner operators, meaning they own their own truck, they operate their own truck, they're their own business. So most of them you'll see like Tony's Transportation or Euclid Transportation, like just like a random name, like an actual name though. And that's because they just, incorporated their name and they just put transportation on the side of it. And that's it. That they're their own company. But usually they have like two or three trucks, but they can only run one themselves, and they may be looking for another driver. They may be looking to train or hire somebody without experience. And that's when you just reach out to them and it's like, hey, can I try it? And the beauty of a transfer truck is they don't have to give you the actual transfer, the trailer. They just go ahead and release you with the truck itself, the dump truck. You get used to it. You drive that around. You're good at it. Then you feel confident. Then you can go ahead and upgrade to the trailer itself. And then when they trust you, there you go. And then just use anybody that you can as a stepping stone, because that's really what jobs and careers are. Everything's a stepping stone to something, because even if you find your dream job, it's probably not the dream position that you have. So if you're like, oh, I've always wanted to work at Apple, but if you're an Apple at the Genius Bar, that's not what you wanted to do. You wanted to be XYZ in marketing or whatever it is. And so that's the main thing, is every position is a step to the next position. So if you do trucking, just do it so you get to the next position. I'll be right back going to the stairs. Oh, what's up, dude? It's BR12. Gold Egypt. What was that? Oh, getting busier, huh? Yeah, dude. Like even like all the calls that we're getting, all it's like, relax, guys. There's a long summer coming. Yeah, dude. Yeah, so I'm thinking a lot of people got their taxes back too. So they're like, oh, let's fix this, let's do this. So they got a little bit of extra bread so that they can go ahead and work. It's Gold Egypt. Yeah, so I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's like it's good problems, I guess, because we got work. But it's like, slow down, guys. Like, there's no need to get all stressed out. Because my dispatch calling me like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Working? What? What do you mean? Where am I? I'm just chilling on the beach. You know, guys, I'm stuck in traffic." That works. That's fine. Hey, like, do you want me to leave? I can leave. There you go. Well, man. All right, thanks. All righty then. Okay, so we got our sand. Well, not my guy. Not sand. DG. It looks like sand. That's a decomposed granite. So it's like a granular sand, but it hardens like stone because it is a granite. So a lot of people use that for like pathways, walkways. So if you're familiar like with like hiking trails, all of that is DG. So and DG is like I said, it's decomposed granite called stabilizer. So they add the stabilizer, which makes it bind together, and it's kind of like rock glue, I guess you could call it. It's like a spray on, actually tracking dirt into your own home. But yeah, gold DG is a little bit more on the lighter tan side, so it doesn't look exactly like dirt. But it does look still looks like a desert scape. So what I've seen that soaked and become mud, it's good for like artificial turf. So when putting down, generally scoop out all they want to rock or recycled road base. Um, Forgot what else they call it. Class. It's just so it's fine. Of goes all the way to 3/4 size. And since it's so cheap, that's what you use to go ahead and like raise the bed as much as you can instead of actually using the expensive materials. So let's just say you have like 3 inches that you need to fill out. You'll use 2 inches of the base and about 1 inch of the DG, so inch and a half. Because once you start using the vibrating plate on it and compact it, you lose about a quarter of an inch from each one. But it's nice and level, gets it flat. But the beauty of that is that it's perfect for drainage. So it could rain or whatever. You won't get any muddy spots and it won't just like stay soaked. So if it rains, it will continue to drain through. It'll pass through the artificial turf. It'll pass through the DG. It'll pass through the base and nothing to worry about. I've seen a lot of people use sand as like a little bit of a topper on top, but it's not necessary. The whole point of the artificial turf is for it to be a little bit spongy, and you don't have to worry about it like being too hard. But yeah, the price of DG and the trucking, you learn on waters. So that is the beauty and some of the pros and cons of working in California. It's always hot. It's never a rainy day. Rainy days last a couple days. Let's go walk up this tips and stuff. We want to be courteous. Feel free to ask them. I got you. That was tough. I had to water some DG. G. And then now I get to drive back to the yard. So if you feel stuck or want to get out from what you're doing, do that. If you're really young and you want to go ahead and check out the country, man, go over the road. I have a family. I have kids. I have a wife. I've got a home. and I kind of rather stick to that. But you don't really have any feathers or anything that interests you to stay, try over the road. You get to see a lot of the country, visit a lot of the places. Just don't buy a truck yet. I mean, save up enough that you can buy a used one cash. So if that truck costs 40K, save up 50, 55, because there is always something that needs to be fixed on trucks. Always. So even if it comes with a guarantee, warranty, whatever you want, there's still something you want to do. Maybe you want to upgrade the chairs. Maybe you want to, change the steering wheel. Maybe you want to, change the headlights, whatever it is. Always have some extra cash because you just never know. But it's always better to buy stuff cash outright. Cash is king. You can make enough. If that thing costs $40,000, I mean, a car costs about 40,000 brand new. So if you can just make that sacrifice of saving enough of your money, and then you can buy your own truck, great. I personally don't recommend buying your own truck until you have a few years of experience and then know that you want to stick to this. Because again, this should only be a stepping stone. It should only be a means to an end that, you want to go ahead and do this enough to have the stuff that you need. Because what's the most important thing? What's the thing that people spend the most money on other than, food? It would be your home and your vehicle. So if you own your home outright, or at least put in enough of a down payment that your house mortgage isn't ridiculous $3,000, $4,000 a month, that you could put enough down where like your payment is a comfortable, less than 2K, because what you want to do is kind of future proof yourself. If the economy or anything goes to crap, you know that you can make it on a minimum wage job doing whatever. So if your mortgage is 2K, you'll never lose your home. Why? Because you can make that working minimum wage anywhere. Like all of a sudden you're a homeowner working at McDonald's making 20 bucks an hour. So that's fine. But you're a homeowner. But yeah, always have some money squared away. You never know when you'll need it. Try to stay away from credit cards. Well, stay away from credit cards as much as you can. Because again, you could go and say like the only times you should use one is if you have the means to pay it back, or if it's something with a means to an end. If it's stuff like I'm buying food with a credit card, don't do that. I'm doing whatever with a credit card, don't do that. If it's maybe financing a trip, like let's just say, oh, I want to go, right now Champions League is going on over in Europe. I want to go ahead and go to a game. Well, don't use the credit card to buy it for now. Save up some money so that you can go ahead and finance it, hopefully, for next year. But if you really had to go this year for whatever reason, players are going to retire, want to see them again, whatever your reasoning is, how many payments you would have to do in order to pay it back. So you look up a plane ticket right now to go to France, go watch PSG or something, and it costs $800 for a round trip ticket, and hotel and booking, all that stuff, and food they had to budget for. There's another $1,000. Now you're at $1,800, but you have a 18-month credit card with no interest. Perfect. That means you will be able to afford that for $100 a month. You don't want to go ahead and wait till that last month or have a balloon payment. If you can do 200 a month, do it. But it's better to save up, have that cash until you're, actually responsible. Having credit cards is great if you want to get those points, if you want to do all that stuff, but make sure you have that cash already on hand so that when that month comes, you pay it off right away. Um, when I was younger, I got in trouble with credit cards. They were not helpful. They hurt me. They put me financially strained, and so it didn't matter how much I was making. I was just paying interest on top of interest on top of interest until I like was dumb and like, oh well, I will no longer do that. and I decided I was gonna not pay the credit card. So I went into collections like a genius and hurt my credit even more. It was just bad. All those choices you make when you're young are bad and dumb. I would make decent money for my age at that time, and I still didn't have any money. Why? Because I was spending it like crazy. As soon as I got a paycheck, I was like, cool, I have $900 to burn versus like, oh no, I got to put away this much for savings, this much for the rent, this much for this much for food, just miscellaneous stuff. And then go like, okay, now I have, you know, 10, 15% of my paycheck I can actually use. And, it's at the moment you feel like, wait, I made $900 and I only get to spend 90 or maybe 120. Like, yeah, but on fun, not necessities. And the problem was that I had a lot of friends and I was like, oh, hey guys, I'll get you guys a shot and I'll bring this. I'll pay for this. I stopped doing that and then I didn't have as many friends. So I don't see the connection there, but I don't know. It's strange. I don't know if you guys can help me out with that. So yeah, if you have the means and you can do it, do it. But it has to be reciprocal. It has to be somewhere like, hey, I got the first round, you got the second round. We had after I kind of got a little bit better at that, and I'm not saying I'm perfect now, but it's definitely a lot better. But I was still in my early 20s. And you would hang out with your friends and be like, all right, I got the first round, second round, third round. I always bought the first round. I never really cared for beer, especially if you're going to be at like at a club or at a bar. You ask for actual alcohols, something a little bit stronger, a whiskey or something. So it's like, oh, well, I'll buy the first round. I'm buying shots, cool, or a cocktail of some sort, whether it's like an old fashioned or a whiskey on the rocks, whatever. So I'd buy that. Had a friend who's like, I'll have a screwdriver, which is vodka and orange juice. And I had a Jameson, and the other guy had like a tequila with soda water. We finished that one. The next guy would go. We'd buy the same thing again. And then it'd be the time for the other guy to go around and he'd just buy us a beer because beers were $6 and the mixed drinks were like $12. And, at first we're like, oh, he's probably, we already had two drinks. He just kind of wants to mellow out. And, we'd be like, oh, that's fine. But then it'd be another one for me. Like now it's my round. And then we'd do a round of the same drinks again that we had previously, the whiskey, vodka, and tequila, and he'd ask for his vodka, and then we'd be like, "All right, guy, there's there's something fishy going on here. Like, why are you skimping out on the drinks?" And then he goes like, "Oh no, I thought we should have a beer." It's like, right. So why did you ask for another vodka instead of another beer? Like, oh, I started feeling better. Like, sure, all right, fine. Did it once, did it twice, did it three different occasions. And yeah, no matter what the group size was, he's getting beers. And then we're like, hey, dude, if you're having issues like financially and stuff, we get it. The problem is that he was making more than us. His girl was making more than all of us combined at that time. So he wasn't hurting for cash. He was just being cheap. And that's when we learned, though, like, oh, dude, you're just cheap. And that's fine. But if it's your turn, you're buying either the same things we were buying, or every time we order, you're getting a beer. It's like, because I want that, I want my whiskey. The other guy wanted his tequila. But because you're just smooching on the other person, you're getting your beer. If that's what you think you can afford, that's what you want to go ahead and play, great. If not, then we all just buy our own drinks. We have no issues. But if that would just be like easier instead of one by one ordering, it's like, all right, we'll go ahead and go to the bar and everybody gets their drinks all at once, and we're back to the floor. But yeah, take care of you first. That's why I don't know if you guys are. are familiar with like Logic, the rapper, and Logic in Life, um, and airplanes, where they tell you, put your safety mask on first, your own oxygen mask first. Take care of you, and then you can help others. You can't help others if you're not helping yourself. And that goes financially, spiritually, whatever this is. It's like, not unless you're in a good headspace can you go ahead and help others. But yeah, it always amazed me, like, that all of my, I wouldn't call them mentors, but like, I guess role models or just simply my elders were more jealous and more unwilling to help. Like, it just never made any sense. It was more like, he's gonna get screwed. He doesn't know what he's doing. When I went to go get my first car, um, and I had my choice. Like, I could get a used car. I had about 5K saved up, and that was in 2006. Yeah, 2006. I was gonna get my first car, and now I had a choice. It was buying one straight cash, which I should have done, or finance one. I chose to finance one. I bought a 2006 bright yellow Dodge Caliber SRT4. Awesome car. Fun. Bright yellow. The name of my car was the Taxi. My friends treated it like a taxi. And that little car was fun. They don't make them anymore, but that was fun. The transmission gave out at 100,000 miles. Um, and then I just got rid of it. But that car cost me $400 a month and $220 on insurance, not including gas, not including anything else. So out the door every month, $620. Kept getting tickets. I kept, getting running stop signs, or most of them were speeding tickets. So it just kept getting more expensive as far as the speeding ticket and more expensive as far as the insurance. So it was 220, then it went up to 250, then it went up to 280, and they just kept climbing, man. And I didn't learn my lesson. Not until I got rid of the car did I get rid of all the speeding tickets. Because again, that was stick shift. It was a fun car. And you can see a bright yellow car from miles away, especially if you see it zooming past other cars on the freeway. So yeah, you get pulled over right away. And 620 a month. At that point, my job, I had making, and then I got another raise. I found $9 at 40 hours a week. That's 360 minus taxes. I was walking away with 300. And I was getting paid a little bit, like at $10, $400 minus taxes, I'm making 360. So my payment was 660, 680, really depending on the month for the insurance. But yeah, it was like $700 gone. My rent was $700. My phone, I was paying the family plan for everybody in the house, was 180 a month. And then water was taken care of because it was an apartment. Electricity was always, in the hundreds, because we had four grown as boys, and we were all using the AC. It was summer and all that. So I was definitely making just enough to cover my bills and maybe have a little bit of fun. But yeah, I was still not, like, I just have a side hustle here and there. I'd work overtime so I could get some more money, but my base pay was enough to barely cover my bills. My fun money was my overtime, and I burned through that always in the first week. So I'd always go, like, instead of saying like, all right, my monthly expenses are $1,200. $1,000, whatever it was. I can't remember. It was definitely more, like 1,400. And then taking a percentage out, I'd be like, I'll worry about it when the check comes by. It was bad, so bad. But if that's one thing I can tell you guys is save your money, spend your money on you. Girls are a distraction at that age. It's cool to have fun, but don't be the baby daddy. Don't be a big. They've got kids. God bless them, but that's not for you. If they're not your kids, stay away. No matter how lovely she may be, no matter how great she is to you or whatever, they're not your kids. They'll never be your kids. If they're not your responsibility, you'll grow attached to them. Don't do it. Another thing is you're young. There's no reason to get married so soon. There's nothing. So just simply have fun, make your money, just save up as much as you can, spend it well, and travel if that's what you can do, if that's what you want to do. If you don't want that, you want to build businesses, you don't want to be, you know, regretting like, oh, I should have gone when I was younger. I should have done this when I was younger. Like, huh. If you're gonna spend your money, spend it on experiences. Don't spend it on drugs. Like the best thing you can do is have good friends, good conversations, things that build you up, build up your mind. Yeah. If you're like stuck in a place, get your CDL. Um, be on the road. Four motorcycle cops, two SUVs, and one car. So let's have a look what's on the road right. So here it starts kind of climbing up. We try to kind of floor it a little bit so that by the time we make it up here, we got a little bit of speed. So right there, I have to downshift. That was already in 10th. So yes, sir, guys. So in case you're wondering why you're at this angle, I'm putting you near the AC because I said my phone was heating up a little bit. So go figure. I mean, it's basically out in the sun on that sand that it has there, so I'll try not to keep it in the sun so much. I'll probably find another position for it. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, if you have a question or a concern or some kind of doubt about getting your CDL or even about life in general, ask away. I'll give you my honest opinion and I'll tell you if it's a mistake, if it's something I would do, or what are the pros and cons. Because again, most guys, we need to like have an idea to bounce off of. We need somebody to bounce off, just our speaking point, even to just listen to us. It's like, hey, I'm thinking about getting married. I'm thinking about starting a business. I'm thinking about switching careers. I'm thinking about, whatever it is. And I can give you my 2 cents on, and maybe it'll be a perspective that you didn't even think about, or it might be something that you go like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, these years don't come without wisdom. I'm still young enough to understand where, the young people are coming from, but I'm old enough that I know when things are a mistake. So yeah. Um, they're asking if I don't die them
I want to age with grace.
because imagine I'm dying them right now, and what's going to happen is that one day I run out of dye or I don't dye them. It's going to be like, hey, how did you age 20 years in 2 days? And so it's like, no, I'll accept my wrinkles, my flaws, and my gray hairs as they should. I mean, I don't think I have that many wrinkles other than like this because I do like my my eyebrows up all the time when I'm so shocked or surprised, which shockingly happens more often than I thought. But I'll have some smile wrinkles, laughing wrinkles. But that's what happens, man. You get older, you get wiser, hopefully. 'Cause, unless you're like my dad, that man is a how old is he? He's almost 60. No, 50. Yeah, no, he's almost 60. And then he still refuses to be called grandpa. He does not like that, does not want that. I'll accept that title gladly. I mean, be grateful that you're alive and able to accept those titles. Those titles are earned with time. So, like for my brother's first kid, because he had kids first. He had a baby girl, and told the little girl to call him Theo. Theo means uncle. I'm like, uncle? Hey, homie, you're a grandpa. It's like, I don't want my dad to be called uncle. I wouldn't want to be called uncle, not even by my nephews. But it was like, it's vanity and denial because he doesn't want to believe he has grandkids. He doesn't want to let the girls out there know that he's a grandpa. He dyes his hair. He does his well, he stopped shaving his dyeing his beard. He'd rather just shave it and he'll have like a light beard or something. But you would think he'd have his life a little bit more together. He like he had us when we were young. He had me when I was the oldest. He had me when he 21, and my mom was like 18. And yeah, I get it. Well, we don't have any education because he didn't finish high school, so your options are limited. But this is a pretty good career. You don't need a high school diploma to get into your CDL. You don't need much more than a few grand and a pulse in order to pass this thing because it's not hard. But yeah, he did that. He worked at a liquor store. He worked as a bunch of different things that he was always trying to like out hustle and outdo things. And right now he's a Lyft driver, but hmm, he's a Lyft driver. And you would think, all right, well, you're a Lyft driver. You should become a CDL driver. But he says, he swears he makes over $2,000 a week. I mean, if he does, good for him. But that guy still owes child support from when I was a kid. I think he owes like $101,000, something like that, something crazy. So yeah, not good. But you can actually like blow out a lot of your debt working. You're not going to prosper. You're not going to do it. So shout out to all of you guys who are working hard, doing what you need to do, keep those bills paid. Just get yourself out of debt, get yourself out of those problems, and boy, oh boy, once you have no debt, you have a good paying job, you have your home, you have your car, you feel unstoppable. You go like, what is what is stress? It's not stress. You don't get stressed like that anymore. I mean, there are life things, but it's like it's not that big of a deal. If everyone's healthy, no one's sick, no one's dying, everything's a plus, man. Everything. Just think about it this way: like if you at this moment could go, I don't want to do that since I don't have any bills at this moment. I can choose to do a different career, even if it pays less, even if it's moving out of the country fairly quickly. If you have debt, it all catches because a lot of people have an income problem because you could wipe that all away if you just earned more. Try CDL because the worst thing that's going to happen is that like, hey, I didn't like it, but I made more money and I can afford to switch to something else or go back to what I was doing before or whatever it is. But you tried it. Don't let someone tell you, well, discourage you. Don't do it. It's a lie. It's a scam. I have no benefit of you getting your CDL or not. It's not like I'm pushing a school on you. Oh, join my program. Follow this. Do this to blah blah blah. Download this. I'm not pushing anything on you. I won't. I never will. Um, I just want people to find some kind of freedom. All these truckers are getting pushed out because the trucks in California have to have something called DEF, the diesel exhaust fluid, to make them run cleaner, supposedly, blah, blah, blah. And it's an expensive system that most trucks can't adapt, and the ones that do, they won't because it's more expensive, so they rather just retire. So they're retiring trucks or selling them to different states that don't require DEF, or they're moving out of state. And here is where we need most of the truckers. I mean, right now out in California, well, not in California, more in California, but towards LA where they had the fires, they are paying anyone and everyone to go haul away that material, like all the burned down houses. They'll go and load you up, put it into the container, into your truck, go drop it off at landfills and stuff, and they're paying decent. The problem with that, a lot of that stuff is from old houses. A lot of those old houses had asbestos, all that wood that you shouldn't be breathing in, even if it's been a few months. Still shouldn't breathe that stuff in. It's getting in the air as you're dropping it off. You're going to a landfill where you're dropping it off. I'd stay away from that, but it's a lot of money, easy money, but that's always a choice. But like I was saying though, like California has a big old need for that. So the biggest industries right now, if you go like, all right, I just want to future proof my future for a career choice that I have. And the immediate future, driving, truck driving. If they, oh, well, they have the self-driving cars. They're going to do self-driving. They already have self-driving transportation for over the road. Like, yeah, over the road, but nothing local. And not only that, I mean, they're not that sophisticated. They're not that advanced. We're talking about years before they hit that. Right now, they barely started doing the, uh, what is it? The robo taxi out in San Francisco. And why do you think it hasn't rolled out to other cities at the moment? It's not financially feasible. It's not that reliable. People won't trust it. So if you're talking about like, oh, the hauling companies, do you know how many trucks, what the investment would be for a big company to use robo truckers to replace their fleet of drivers? You're talking about like, even if they cost you the same over, a span of 5 years, a driver and that self-driving truck. And then after 5 years, you're basically, net positive. It's still not worth it because if that thing gets in an accident, something happens, you have all kinds of hiccups, whatever the thing is, a big company is not going to take that risk anytime soon because one truck messes up, one bad hack, one bad system, they're all under trouble. They're underwater, they're in trouble. Now all of a sudden their business is gone. So yeah, they're not going to trust it for that. The whole way, weather's always, bright and sunny. So there's really not that much of an issue. They won't trust it where, you know, connections spotty or where, it's rural, where the roads change, where, they'll trust it for long hauls on freeways. And that's not what I do. That's not what you'll do. And you can definitely bet on being a driver because you don't have that constant worry of that overhead. Like, oh, I need to make enough to make the payment for the truck, especially when the truck's a brand new truck. It'll cost you two, three, $400,000, really depending what you get. But just brand new, it's more expensive than a home. And then if you get a used one, now stuff break as well. So now you got to go ahead and fix that. And if you bought it and it's your truck and it's shut down for X amount of days, that's X amount of days you're not making any money. As a driver, if you work for a company that has multiple trucks, for whatever reason that truck messes up or it's not operable, you go into the next one. And even if they don't have one at the moment, they'll find one for you in the next few days. So you're never really out of a job. So just my heart goes out to all those over the road guys. I don't know how you do it. I can't do it. But local driving, that's where it's at. If you go, like I said, the hardest thing would be is finding a job as soon as you get your CDL. Um, ask the schools most of the time, like, hey, do you guys work with anybody that hire out of out of school? And yeah, they're gonna say, oh yeah, we have recruiters here all the time. Ask them which company. Oh, so and so company. Cool. Before you even sign up, call the company. Hey, I'm about to get my driver's license. X amount of days. Do you guys have any positions coming up? No? Okay, great. And then you start reaching out to local drivers. Like even like stop at a freaking truck stop and just start hitting them up. Hey, would you be looking for a new driver? You mean whatever, all kinds of drivers. Worst thing that's gonna happen is them, but you'll find one. I mean, like I said, the company I work for, we hire straight out of school, no experience. And that's what we prefer because a transfer truck, even if you tell me like the guy that said I got 10 years of experience on a Peterbilt 10 speed. Yo, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Got 10 years of experience, but none on a transfer. Yeah, you know the rules of the road, but you don't know, the rules of a transfer. So you can't expect to be paid as much as a transfer truck driver with 10 years of experience. You can't be expected to be paid as a trucker with 10 years of experience. It's going good, man. It's going great. How about yours? It's a beautiful day in sunny California. What time is it with you? 12:50 for me. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and drop the DG we got. Oh, cool, man. 2:50. So you're on Central Time. Is that Mountain Time? 2:50? Oh, Central. There you go. Gotcha, gotcha. Oh, so check this out. So we're about to drop this DG. I'm a transfer truck driver. We'll see if we can see that. Where is it? There it is. We lifted that gate up. So yeah, boredom, man. I wasn't. I was watching other people do it, so I figured, I might as well do it. I wanted to hear my own voice. I figured I can lay upon some wisdom to other guys, just help people that were in similar situations. There you go. So yeah, there you go. That's easy money. That's literally my job. Pick stuff up and drop. I'm done. So yeah, man, streaming. I've been doing this for a long, long time. No, not really. I've been doing this for a week, probably less. Um, yeah. Well, I was watching I can't, and I'm really bad with names, man. But there was a few truck drivers I would watch. There was I would watch some of the streamers, like even like Steve will do it. And, um, really anything that had like a bunch of popular stuff but yeah, it's pretty boring inside of the truck by myself. So I figured, I can go ahead and talk. I saw other guys kind of like doing this stuff, so I figured I got time to kill. But mostly since I drive all the time, I would go ahead and listen to podcasts, listen to books, um, watch movies, watch YouTube. It was a little bit of everything. So it got to the point where like there was no more music I was interested in listening to anymore. I got played out. I got to the point where I'm like, this is too much. I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to watch anymore. So I opened up a TikTok to show that stuff because everything I would watch would be kind of like over the road transfer truck driver. I mean, not transfer, like over the road drivers, people that go state to state. And I was like, oh no, like, you know what? There's a whole, thing of people that don't know about local driving. So you can become a truck driver and still stay local to your area and still make decent money, still go home, still go see your family, still have a life, a schedule without interfering too much. Like I mean, I like to drive, and this thing feels like you're in like a 10 speed, like a manual 10 speed. You feel like you're in the Fast and the Furious. So everything you shifting gears all the time. But yeah, man. So I wanted to impart some wisdom on people if they wanted to like thinking about becoming a truck driver. That you can be a truck driver. It doesn't cost a lot. It's not hard. I mean, I I think that if I can do it, like I'm not gonna say I'm the smartest guy in the world. I'm not the dumbest either, but if I can truck drive, most people can. And I've got like some form of ADHD, some form of like where I can't sit still, but for whatever reason, since I am driving to other locations, driving to different cities, I do feel like I'm moving somewhere. I'm doing something versus, you know, I'm stuck in the office because I did have a lot of office work and I felt like that was eating me alive. And I felt like my brain was getting cooked in front of the computer all day. But out here and now having people to talk to, that's makes it a lot easier. But yeah, like I was watching a stream. Who was watching? I don't know if it was Aiden or Neon or something like that. But yeah, it gets to a point where you're watching the people do their thing. And you're like, well, people can watch me. It might not be interesting to a lot of people, but it's interesting to me. It's my job. And then I have a great time doing it. I figured if somebody else wants to try it out, they can check this out as well. But what do you do, man? What do you do for work? Do you know what I'm loading? Uh, One second, I gotta go talk to my loader, see what I'm taking. Do you know if I'm loading anything right now? Okay. I didn't get to see the schedule. It didn't say what I was picking up. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, I think I'm probably just hook up and then take off then. Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. Thanks. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you. So right now, yes, sir. I'll do my best. Try to entertain as much as I can. So right now, I am going to connect the trailer. So it'll probably be a little hard with one hand because I want to show you guys as far as what it kind of looks like. And it's like any other hitch. So you back up into it. It's like a regular truck hitch. Connect and take off. So right now, I'm probably going to go ahead and pick up some materials. Backing up and attaching, it's more like a guessing game. So I didn't have a marker that I set down here on the floor, but you kind of you get used to it. So you can see that that has to go ahead and attach to that. So we're still, I don't know, about a foot off. So let's try to get that in one motion. All right. All right. So I'll leave you with this beautiful scene of this couple walking while I go attach.
Alrighty, guys, give me 1 minute while I go speak to my dispatch and see what's up and what's the deal. got some lunch, some chicken salad, homemade. Got some salad because we're going to be taking off to a mountain range where it's another quarry, but this time we're picking up white rock. So all these decorative stone, none of it's painted. All of it's original color. Like when you have it delivered to you, or where you pick it up at a quarry, or where you pick it up at a rock yard like ours, yeah, you'll get like sometimes like a lot of dust on it, or the same sediment of the same rock. So you're like, oh, it's a lot of dust. It's just the dust of the rock itself. And also it does look different after you wash it down, after you lay it down and wash it. So it's a lot nicer. So the one that we're picking up is white rock. I don't know what happened in the last 2 years, but white rock has become super popular, like extremely. And we're not talking about like delivering white rock to like senior citizen locations, because that's usually who always bought it. It was always like at the senior communities, they always wanted white rock. But now the senior communities are a little bit more detailed. They have like little dry riverbeds, a lot of desert scape, cacti stuff that's low maintenance. But just like, no matter how beautiful the rock is, or whatever it is, too much of it in one area, it kind of just washes out. So like the white rock's really pretty, everybody wants it, and we used to be able to get it where we're going to right now, and they used to have tons of it. The moment it became scarce, all of a sudden everybody wants it. Everybody, they can't live without it. They need it. They want the white rock. And unfortunately, for like a good year and change, we weren't able to get it, except for one quarry that was like up by Ventura County. So it was somewhat far. So now we weren't able to get it ourselves because it was too far for us to go. But we would have other drivers go out there and bring it, like another third-party driver. And obviously, with the cost of freight, the cost of the delivery, the cost of just the load itself, like the price had to go up, because that white rock, we would sell it for, I don't know, like $80 a yard. And all of a sudden we had to get it from further away, and it shot up to 160. So it literally doubled the price, and people still paid it. So people still wanted it, which is crazy. But the difference between these two quarries is that one of them is like white, like soup, like it's just one color. The place that we're picking it up right now, we call it ice, because there are some that are like super white, then some are like a bluish white, some are like a little grayish white. So it's like a mix. And then that one we can still continue to sell for the same price. But people complain like, oh, I thought it was getting the white rock. Like, no, I showed you pictures. So we make it clear, like, this is not what we call white rock. So we call it ice for the same reason, so that people don't mistake it with the white rock, and then show the variation of color in all of it. And sometimes they're pleasantly pleased, because hey, it's a lot whiter than I thought. It looked darker on the pictures or whatever it was, but they wanted the look of white for the price of the old one. And hey, if it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But nothing to get all crazy about. So I'm gonna be picking up this white rock and taking it to a different location in Wildemar. Wildemar is a neighboring city to Murrieta, Temecula, wine country kind of area. It's growing, it's nice, except they think that since it's starting to grow, they upcharge everything. Like, as far as homes and prices, they're acting like they're the next big city. And it won't be for a very long time. Up and coming maybe, but not for a very long time. It's like Murrieta is barely a big city compared to Temecula. And it's a lot nicer. Wildemar is more like a old town, a new old town. So old town vibes, but it's new. But yeah, if anybody out there, wants to chat with me, I'm all ears. So we're in sunny California right now. It is currently about 71 degrees. Oh no, my bad. It is 82 degrees. So 82 degrees in California, can't beat it, man. You get beautiful views. You can't see as far because of the smog, but pretty nonetheless. I wouldn't want to drive in snow. I wouldn't want to drive in too much of a bad weather. Our bad weather is that it either gets a little too windy or some rain here and there. Nothing crazy. So last year, we probably, like from December on this way, we probably had a total of maybe 15 days of rain. Because it's like sporadic. It'll rain for 3 hours and then the next day it's dry as a bone. So, same thing. A lot of pros and cons in California. You saw the con is you get a wildfire, everything's so dry it just burns up. So right now that we're going to go ahead and go to the quarry that we pick up white rock, we will lose signal. There isn't anything I can do about that. So unfortunately the stream will be ending in about 20 minutes. But I'll jump back on as soon as I make it back down the mountain and hopefully we can recuperate some of the viewers again. But yeah, so for the most part I'll try to be here streaming as much as I can, all the days that I can. The only times you probably won't see me streaming is if I'm not driving. But for the most part, I drive Tuesday through Saturdays. Every once in a while, I'll drive a Monday. And if I don't see you in a few, I'll see you tomorrow. So it's usually between 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Coast time. But yeah, these are the beautiful highways of California. This would be the 60 freeway. So 60 freeway, 10 freeway, great freeways. 215 freeway near the March Air Force Base and stuff like that. It is terrible. Potholes everywhere. If you're on a motorcycle there at the middle of the night and you've never been there before, you're gonna spill. You're gonna have an awakening experience. If you didn't believe in God, you will then. If you're in a car, you can still be veered off by those potholes. I mean, I feel it in the truck. I can't imagine on a motorcycle. But yeah, let me know where you guys are from. What it's like in your town at the moment. Is it raining? Is it pouring? Is the old man snoring? Or is it nice and sunny like it is right now? Freeway right here. Main highway. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. There you go. I'll have to come up with some tags or something. This is pretty easy to start a stream. You just go, hey, what's up, guys? This is so and so. And I guess the shutting down's like, alright guys, once again, I'm blah blah blah, thanks for watching. back on XYZ. I guess it's not that hard. I just really thought about it. So yeah, earlier I was talking about Jocko, and Jocko is a ex-Marine, I think he is, ex-Navy SEAL, and he has a lot of like inspirational quotes. He's like a tough guy. He's a macho dude. He's a good role model for, at least from what I have seen. I don't know the guy personally. He could be not the greatest guy, or he could be the greatest guy in the world. I don't know him from, I don't know him from Adam. But from what I've seen of him online, you'll get like these inspirational quotes here and there. And one of my favorite ones that he has is he's telling of the story "good," where the phrase "good" comes from. And things were going bad, and they were answering with the phrase "good." Good. What do you mean good? Good. We have the opportunity to do this. So what I got out of it is that there's always a silver lining. There's always a lesson. There's always an opportunity to grow. So, like, I got a flat tire. Good. So now you know what you can do, blah, 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 to repair it. Blah, blah. I got cheated on. Good. You got cheated on. Now you know where the pitfalls are, what the red flags are, what to stay away from. I got bored with my job that I was in. Good. Because now, that was me, for example. I got bored from what I was doing. I felt stuck. So, that phrase was like, good. So now I know what I don't want to do. So, everything has, okay, let's not talk in absolutes. Most things have a good to it. Like, obviously not death or sickness or, things like that. But I mean in life in general, because everything has a solution, everything has an upside, everything has a silver lining, a lesson to be taught, a lesson to learn, so that you don't, make that mistake again, so you don't fall into that trap again. And as I was saying earlier, like with my brother, he had a substance abuse problem, and it was methamphetamines. And when we learned that he had that issue, and he was trying to recover through himself, at the end, he was saying, good, now I know what it's like. Good, now I know that I can handle certain substances. Good, now I know that I do have the willpower and the mind power to overcome a lot of things, because he was dealing with a lot of depression, a lot of substances, a lot of loneliness, a lot of things in his head that you can help somebody try and get out of it, but you can't know the demons someone is fighting inside of their own head, because the biggest obstacle for you is you. So the only person in your way is you. The only person stopping you from doing what you want to do is you. The only person stopping you from trying to do something is you. So there is always a solution. So all that self-doubt, all those things in your head where you go, I don't know, this is embarrassing, blah, blah. I never thought I'd be speaking to this. I never thought I'd be doing this. And even then, I think, this is kind of cringe. This is kind of like, I don't like the sound of my own voice. I don't like the abilities of other people to judge me. I am a big shit talker. So, not so much that I just like to talk. So I like that. So when there's people critiquing me, I can take it because I can give it, right? But I can't just only take it. So this whole time, like, oh, they're going to be talking smack, or they're going to be thinking I'm dumb, cringe, gross, whatever. I just got to get rid of that. Because I don't know if you guys saw earlier, I mean, I've been doing this for a week. There's a dude here, killer 500. Dude's from India. We got a great talk. Dude donated. I think this is my one and only subscriber at this moment. But yeah, it gave me that opportunity to like lay some wisdom that I have. I mean, we talked about hitting the gym. We talked about being fat. Like, I am fat. I'm not overweight. I'm fat. Okay. 6'2", 245 pounds. So if it was all muscle, 245 wouldn't bother me. But heck no, dude, I got a gut on me. I got some tits on me, so I gotta get rid of those. So I gotta stop. Like, I gained weight from this job. yo, apparently so. But yeah, we were just talking about kind of what we were talking about. Like, hey man, I might be fat or whatever, but I need to work on that. That's stuff that, like, for me, for my mental health, my mind, I want to go ahead and fix that. So once you're clear up here, focus on other things. You were summoned. That's awesome, dude. It came up. It came out of nowhere. But yeah, man. So like little things like that. Just want to go ahead and be clear. But like I was saying earlier, we're going to be hitting up this mountain, so we probably will lose signal in about 5-10 minutes or so. We're going to a different quarry, picking stuff up. And yeah, man, now we got the transfer trailer attached. Okay, I just got a feeling that someone in the world. That's crazy. All right, man. Take care. So yeah, guys, I would love to help you guys. Shout out, maybe that. And then adios. So yeah, you have to go ahead and get your mind right. Fix yourself. What's your cool? Good. So yeah, like right now, I had an opportunity to start streaming and figured I might as well. And good, the best thing that I can do is impose any kind of wisdom that I have for you guys. Try to keep it as positive as I can. I'm not gonna say I'm like, oh, I'm always happy, but it's not that I'm always happy. It's just that I'm hardly ever sad for too long. Depression, like, it will hit you. I mean, you will get frustrated, but there is always a way. There's always something. There's always a solution. Even if you go like, no, you don't know my situation, you don't know anything about me. Let's talk it out. We can go ahead and brainstorm together. Like, oh, I don't know what to do about this. Cool. Like, we can. Like, I feel like I don't have any time for myself. That I can't lose weight. I don't have time to go to the gym. We can figure it out. Whatever it is, there's talking through it. And 9 times out of 10, you already know the answer. 9 times out of 10, your brain already figured it out. It's just that you haven't been able to speak it out. You haven't been able to, say it out loud, hear it. So, I had never been big on like manifestation or, I don't know, like, do I believe in God? I believe in a higher power. I don't necessarily believe in the traditional God, like a specific God here and there, like the Catholic, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, whatever. I mean, the probability of us being on this planet for just random effects are less than people think. But there has to be something, because I don't know, like you just said, I had a feeling. I don't know if it's happened to you where you're thinking of a song and all of a sudden it's on the radio. Everything's energy, everything's out and about. So if I believe that if you put good out, you get good back. So I try not to be, because there was times where I was spiteful, hateful, and just like bad. I would even get like a sour taste in my mouth that I just like was jealous, envious of things that I had no business being jealous or envious of things. Especially of the people that were working harder, being, out there more than I was. And I was like, and why not me? Like, no. It's like, just work on me. And it was because, you know, I was overweight. It was because I wasn't where I wanted to be. It was because I had too much time on my hand. I didn't know what to do with it. And put it to something positive, and you'll get positive out of it. So with that being said, you know, put good vibes out there. You'll get them back. I promise you. And if you don't come to me, I'll get you good vibes. So let's go. All right. So again, my name is Victor. Thanks for hanging out with me for a while. I'm here in the quarries, so once it cuts out, we're out. So thanks for following, thanks for subscribing, thank you for, you know, donating. Help me, I'll help you. Let's have a good time. Get your CDL. Do it. There's nothing stopping you except you. Just do it. All right, guys. Peace out.